This man wakes up, finds out he shockingly shrank. His body is only 4 inches. He picks up a bow tie to cover his private parts. He sees astronaut doll by him, shamefully pulls off clothes of astronaut, and wears them. He is about to leave the lab. Thinks, my small step could be a big step for mankind, when he just walks out. A chimpanzee comes after him. Max scampers off, and hides in vent. Chimpanzee's evil claws come in. Max hides in corner, and escapes by a hair's breadth, before he takes a breath. Chimpanzee pushes blower. Strong wind instantly blows Max into the air, 360-degree rotation in the air, and drops vertically. Luckily, a piece of newspaper floats over, and catches Max, still shaken. He nearly hits statue. Newspaper becomes a glider. Passes by the streetlight. This man is shrunk to 4-inch tall small person. He lies on newspaper, gets blown away by the wind. Almost collides with an oncoming truck, floats all over. In the end, he hits his head on window. And here happens to be mental hospital. Coincidentally, a doctor asks patient, "Do you see anything outside the window?" Patient answers, "I see an astronaut." Doctor concludes right away that this patient is very sick. Under no circumstances could he be discharged from hospital. Max slips, falls off window ledge, directly drops into a pretty's soup. This scares the pretty who is taking pictures and posting them online. She slaps Max into a noblewoman's shopping bag. So, he follows noblewoman to a cab, and goes back to her home. When noblewoman comes home and first puts shopping bag down, she feels something is not right. Max rushes to pretend to be a toy. So he is not found. Once noblewoman leaves, Max realizes this is a kid's room. At this moment, in the lab, a coworker finds Max is gone. Turns out Max is a famous scientist, quite good at research regarding shrink of human, but a few days ago, at a seminar. However, the experiment that Max is highly confident about failed. Refused to give up. Max entered experiment chamber. Decided to conduct experiment on himself. When the experiment was about to begin, all of a sudden, chimpanzee ran up to console and danced on keyboard. This made Max a minifigure. Max wakes up and finds a boy called Jack sitting in the room. He accidentally sneezes, and Jack happens to hear it. Max rushes to raise a pencil to protect himself. Jack flips down computer's cover. A minifigure holding a pencil is ready to attack at any time. Jack screams loudly in fear, and immediately blocks with computer. His grandma approaches after she hears it. However, Jack does not make a big fuss, only explains that his finger got pinched. His grandma sees he is not hurt badly, so leaves in relief. Jack picks up a squirt gun, carefully moves computer away, aims at Max and takes a shot. Instantly, Max is knocked down by violent current. He hands up, surrenders, and explains to Jack, "I am a scientist. Accidentally made myself small. Do you believe this?" Before he finishes, Jack's grandma comes back again. Asks, "Who are you talking to?" Max hides right away. Jack explains he is playing remote control car. What he does not know is, Max is hiding in the car. Speeds up and it hits Lego bricks. Also adrift. Almost throws Max away. Then, it goes uphill and leaps. Max wets his pants because he is scared. Pants are wet. Jack finds Max a Captain Jack's outfit. When it is time to sleep, Max flips Jack's wife over. He lies on bed and sleeps deeply. After he wakes up, concern comes back again. How to get back to normal? Max really wants to call his girlfriend Rachel, but he just had a terrible argument with Rachel. Tell Rachel that he became small. Will she believe? At this moment, Rachel is packing his stuff. Tries to find out where he is. Sees a naked astronaut doll. All of a sudden, Rachel thinks, doesn't Max get small? Rachel researches video and finds, before Max vanished, chimpanzee pressed wildly for a while, on the keyboard. One by one, she finds keys pressed by chimpanzee. Finally, correct formula of shrinking is found. She stubbornly believes Max is still alive. He is only shrunk. This man is shrunk to a tiny figure. He wakes up and starves. Sees birthday cake. He leaps onto the cake like an arrow. Happily enjoys this meal, but gets put in fridge by unknowing grandma. Next morning, Jack finds Max is gone. Searches here and there. Finds him in fridge finally. Max is frozen. He has been turned into an old man with white beard. He is almost frozen to death. To keep him warm, Jack comes up with an idea of using hair dryer. Jack raises up hair dryer and blows at the little man. To Max, this wind is category 10 hurricane. Directly blows him away. Jack has a brainwave. Ties him to a beam. Switches to maximum. Strong wind blows Max off balance. But luckily, his body gets warm. Jack is afraid that Max is sick, so also measures his temperature. Luckily, Max is okay. Max asks Jack about his legs. Wants to use his role as a scientist to cure his illness. Turns out when Jack was little, he had a fever and it hurt his brain and damaged motor nerve. Even doctor says, Jack is fine now. His body doesn't have any problem. Jack still cannot stand up. He can only sit in wheelchair all day. Max feels the truth that Jack's body doesn't follow his brain's instruction is definitely caused by Jack's mental disorder. He wants to help Jack, but being shrunk, he can't do anything. He thinks of looking for his assistant Ray that he trusts the most to help, but what he doesn't know is, Ray already wants to replace his position. Ray already submitted his research results to boss in secret. This kind of subordinate who really knows current situation is boss's favorite employee. Ray is promoted to be project leader right away. When Ray picks up call of Max, he thinks he is sleepwalking. Cannot believe that Max is still alive. Max pretends he calls from another world. This truly scares Ray and he sweats out of fear. But soon, he finds clue and realizes that Max is still alive, only became smaller. Max makes an appointment with him. They will meet at a toy store. This is an experimental accident. Scientist is shrunk. Jack puts him in a cup and brings him into the toy store. Max stands in the middle of the toys, yells Ray's name loudly. Ray looks at him and exclaims, "Incredible, you are shrunk. This could literally be worthy of a Nobel Prize." Max is very proud of his accomplishment and hopes Ray can help him get big, but Ray only thinks about appropriating result of scientific research for himself. He sticks out his hand and picks up a toy gun by him, swings it hard at Max. Agile Max takes off running. Ray relentlessly pursues behind him. Toys behind Max continuously drop. They almost hit Max. Luckily, this is timely found by Jack. Makes remote control car drive to Max's feet. Max takes a leap of faith and jumps into the car. Offers a show of a part of the Fast and the Furious. Ray chases Max crazily behind him. Who knows next second? Shelves all of a sudden collapse. Not biased, just hit the car right. Ray steps on shelves. Even jumps twice. Then, proudly struts away. When Jack thinks Max has more bad luck than good, Max steps out unscathed. Ray is really shameless. Robs Max's job. Moreover, he wants to make a move on Rachel. Wants to cuckold Max. Rachel is not interested in Ray at all. At this moment, Max looks at Rachel's picture. Misses Rachel deeply. Finally, he summons up courage. Wants to tell her truth. But Rachel left her phone in the lab. The person who picks up this phone call is Ray. Ray lies to Max that he already had sex with Rachel. Both love and career are disappointing. Max literally doesn't want to live. Picks up rope. He wants to hang himself. But thinks about it is too ugly since when hanging, tongue would stick out. Looks up at roof for a while. Decisively climbs up and jumps off without any hesitation. Luckily, all of these are just a dream. Next day, boss hasn't been able to find Max. So, a memorial service is held for him. Rachel is depressed. Sits in front of computer. All of a sudden, receives a strange message. Says this is Max. Initially, Rachel thinks she meets a liar. Until the other side says, little secret that only both her and Max know. She buys it. He reminds Rachel to watch out for Ray. Ray knows he is still alive and wanted to kill him multiple times, but the person who sends message is not Max. It is Jack. Rachel tells Jack. Today, a funeral is held for Max. Two people use little trick. Let grandma take them to the funeral. Max hides in paper cup again. Sees his funeral. His face is full of helplessness. He wants to sneak into the lab. Security guard makes an exception and lets Jack in, since he sees Jack is disabled. On the way there, guard tells Jack, don't run around. Otherwise, you'll somehow be missing just like Max. This 4-inchman is pissed. He gets out of the cup and argues with the security guard. Muscular security guard has never seen such a small human before. Right away, he passes out because he is scared. Jack sneaks into the lab. Jack follows instruction given by Max and operates computer. All of a sudden, Ray shows up and swings a bat at Max. At this moment, Rachel also comes to the lab. Max hears sound, jumps and waves hands right away. Sees Max. Rachel is greatly shocked. Before she reacts, Ray holds up a book and smashes hard. Threatens Rachel to do what he says. Otherwise, Max will be killed. Rachel can only get into lab module as Ray operates for a while. Countdown starts. Rachel also shrinks instantly. Ray marvels at his success. At this moment, her best friend breaks into. Takes advantage of this chance. Max lets Jack free him. Shrunk Rachel. Wraps scarf around her body like clothes. Finds Max. Both of them board remote control plane and fly out of the lab. Ray raises up bat and chases them. Crazily swings the bat. Goes all the way to the memorial service scene. All of a sudden, remote control plane loses control. It goes straight to ceiling and crashes instantly. Luckily, Max and Rachel grab railing when Jack is about to go over and catch them. Ray comes over and stops him. No one expects the elder is a fount of wisdom. Grandma takes out an electric baton. Ray is directly stunned by it. Max and Rachel can no longer hold on. They drop. Hour of crisis. Jack catches them with his hat. At this moment, a miracle happens. Disabled Jack surprisingly stands up and walks few steps. Max and Rachel, who just survived a disaster, hug together tight. Two people re-enter the lab module. Hope they can go back to normal. Soon afterwards, two of them live together happily. Also have fruition of love. A giant fly flies over. Seems like research of Max hasn't succeeded yet. He still needs to work harder. The end. This film is called Mini Max. Today's question is, if you could either shrink or expand, which one would you choose? Choose to shrink. Please comment 111. Choose to expand. Please comment 222. This film is great. You are recommended to watch the initial movie. Well, that's all for this video. Remember to thumb up and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.